Good evening, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to Market Pulse with MPIinvest.com. Well, talking about the market last week, oh my God, we had spoken in the last Market Pulse that the market would be consolidating with a positive bias. Of course, it was a positive bias, but more than consolidation, the markets were on a big bull rally. Well, the way the week started, it actually felt that the markets were not really going to be really positive. It was more of a consolidation mode. But then the kind of rally that came in on Thursday, the expiry day, monthly expiry day, and followed it by the rally on the Friday, the markets have been very enthusiastic. In fact, 18,000 is finally crossed. Yes. So on Friday, the market closed above 18,000 at 18,065. And the most interesting part was the last 1 hour was when the market totally went berserk, and the total craziness in the market with all the bears dying and the bulls were on full charge. So that's exactly what we could see in this week. Well, if you look at few things that we had discussed last week, if you look at this, I mean, we had discussed about important data that was coming in. That was the GDP data in the US. So that was, of course, going to be watched. But if you look at GDP data, it did come lesser than or lower than expectation in the US. But then that is after inflation adjustment, and the market took it positive because inflation itself is right now at a very big point high, and inflation adjusted GDP coming at 1.1% was kind of taken positive and good. So not only that, if you look at the US market, the tech companies have come out with results. If you talk about most of the tech companies, that could be Meta, that is parent company of Facebook, or even Alphabet, that is a parent company of Google. Everybody have come out with good results. In fact, Microsoft was the one that actually powered the market because it was a surprising thing that their cloud business did really well in the US. And based on that, the US markets were also on a breakout kind of mode. Apart from that, if you look at the US markets were very bad in terms of banking sector. So initially, if you start at the start of the week, the banking sector in the US was kind of giving a lot of pressure to Indian market as well. So US market banking pressure naturally had a lot of effect on the IT sector in Indian market. You know the reason why. We have discussed this earlier videos also. If you have not gone through it, in fact, I would say you should be looking at last week's two videos. One would be the market pulse of last Sunday, and the video that we made on Friday morning. So these are two videos which I'm sure you should be actually going through if you have not gone through, because I've given a lot of details about this. So apart from that, we could see First Republic Bank, that was the second bank after Silicon Valley Bank, which was in trouble. That also looks like a collapse now, because as the results came, they came to know that the deposits have gone down by more than 50%, and on the same day, First Republic Bank fell by more than 50% in a single day, and the next day about 30% again, which brings to almost 80% fall in the share of a bank on in 2 days. So that was the kind of pressure in the US, but still from there, it is just the tech stocks that have performed well in the US better than expectation, which has actually revived the US market. Now, if you look at Indian market, well, there were major results coming in. Of course, some IT sector and majorly the banking sector. So if you see Axis Bank, or we had Kotak Bank also giving counter result yesterday after the markets closed on Friday. So Indian banks, in spite of all this, is looking very strong. All the banks have come out with good results, but only concern was, of course, Axis Bank coming out with a loss of about 5,000 crores. Well, there were no surprises. Again, I've explained it in detail on the Friday's video, so you can go through that again if you have not understood that. So, of course, Axis Bank looks good. In fact, the market reacted negative on Friday for Axis Bank. It has gone down. But then I took it as an opportunity and personally have actually bought some more quantity of Axis Bank, though I had it in my portfolio. Well, before we go forward, let me quickly tell you. So in between, if you have any clarification or questions that you want me to answer, you can post it in the chat box or in the comment section. If you post in the chat box live, when we are live, I can answer it then and there. But otherwise, if you can put in the comment box, I will be answering it in the next podcast. So do put in the questions there as well. So apart from that, if you look at the market, so Indian markets has been doing really good, majorly because of the power from the banking sector. So with banking sector doing well, almost all stocks, if you see ICICI, if you look at Axis, if you look at, not Axis, ICICI Federal Bank. All these banks have actually started rising up really well. The best part was, along with this, major part of the power on Friday came in from PSU banks. So PSU banks, of course, the major banks have not come out with the result. Of course, major one being the SBI. The results are expected, only by the second half. But then let me tell you something. Majority of the good companies in India have actually come out with results already. And I would say the results are on the positive side. And naturally, that's the reason markets are already kind of doing well. In fact, the interesting part was the kind of FII buying that came in last week. On Friday alone, on one day, they have pumped in almost 3,000 crores. And then how would it be a surprise when you see the market going above 18,000? So that's exactly what happened. Market are on a overcharged mode. But if you ask me, is this going to be continuing this way? Definitely not. Well, I'll answer that a little later. Now let us go forward with few other things. So if you look at last week, another important sector that has actually recovered is IT sector. So IT sector has fallen since Infosys fell by 10% that day onwards. IT sector has seen weakness, but now on Friday itself we could see Infosys rallying. So Thursday onwards we could see there was a reversal in Infosys. Not only Infosys, TCS also. But the interesting part is a lot of mid-cap and small-cap IT sector stocks are actually doing really well. To name a few, Zenza Tech is there, and then Persistent Systems, and of course, OFSS, Oracle Financial Services. So, in fact, OFSS also is, I think, in my personal portfolio, it's around 10+% on profit, but then I'm expecting it to go further higher. So, these are good stocks which not only give good dividend, but also good returns is what I'm expecting in the upcoming months. So I'm continuing to hold it. And second sector that has actually started doing well is the auto sector. So if you look at a few stocks like Uno Minda, then you can also look at Sona Comstar. So all these stocks have actually started recovering really well. In fact, in the last 1 week, Sona Comstar has actually recovered really well. Apart from that, the good news that HDFC is going to increase their stake in HDFC Life has actually put some additional positivity to HDFC Life, which was kind of lagging in my portfolio. I would say that also started going up. And the major support to the index actually came in from Reliance, which has actually performed good in the last 1 week, which actually has powered the market. But if you look at on the Friday rally was majorly powered by SBI and ITC. So one of the most happiest thing that I have to say is, of course, two favorite stocks, L&T and ITC, are at their all-time high as on today. L&T, 400 was my first target for ITC, but now it has crossed 410 also, and it's crossed 415 also. So it is kind of looking amazing. In fact, it tempts me to kind of book some partial profit because I am holding it from 200 levels, and right now at 415, I'm more than 100% profit there. So I'm kind of tempted to book some partial profit. I've been holding it for some time, but any kind of dip I see in the upcoming week, I will definitely book some partial profit there. So that's my plan there. Apart from that, if you look at other stocks, I would say most importantly, IT sector would be the focus for now, I would say, because IT sector has fallen enough and it's an oversold zone. And as things start recovering in the US, actually, that would actually be a great thing for IT sector in India. So right now, if you see, it is actually good for long-term safe investors because IT biggest like TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, all of these are kind of close to also Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra results were not that great, but still, but all these stocks were actually near their 52-week low last. So now these stocks can recover. You see, over a longer run, they may not give a big run up, but then for a safe investor, that's what I'm telling you, a safe investor who wants about 10-12% return, these stocks can be great time to enter is what I feel. Again, let me tell you, do consult with the financial advisor before investing it. I'm not a SEBI registered analyst, but I'm just sharing this for your knowledge and benefit. So this is something that I'm planning to do, which I'm already doing. I'm kind of a moderate risk investor, so not a very high risk, neither a very low risk, a moderate investor. So these are things that I think I should be doing. So apart from that, if you look at next week, what can we expect? The first thing for next week is tomorrow is a holiday. You know that. So market would be starting this week only from Tuesday. So most of the Asian markets are also closed tomorrow. So there won't be much happening. But then whenever the markets are closed in India, it's always noted that SGX Nifty can act crazy. So SGX Nifty is already showing above 18,200, which is so of course a little too hyped is what I feel. Markets are on a overcharged mode, but after such power in the market, I am kind of expecting the market to kind of take some break. So that is something that can be expected. But however, where is the end of it all? I would say, see, 18,100 of course a good resistance, but not a major one. Major resistance is actually coming in only at 18,200. So that's a level that can be watched. So if 18,100 is broken, 18,200. However, for this week, I am expecting the market to kind of trade between 17,800 on the lower side and about 18,000, 200 to 300 range on the higher side. So this is what I am expecting the market to kind of stay for this week. Some consolidation is what I am expecting. But like I always say, we can never predict the market. We can just anticipate. So if you look at last week also, we had actually thought that the market would expire within 18,000, around 18,100. But it did exactly happen within 18,100. That's a good thing. It was positive, but I actually, the way the week started off, I had not expected that range to be hitting. So that has actually happened on the last day on Friday. That was amazing. But the most important thing is, in spite of all this volatility and low VIX environment, we have made a good profit in last week. So I am really happy about our Gold Club members, sorry, Gold Plus members, I would say, because Gold Club has continued. So Gold Plus members have actually done some good profit, is what I expect. By the way, that reminded me that I have not posted the poll in the group. I should be doing that soon. So apart from that, if you look at this week, I am expecting IT sector to kind of recover soon. That's one sector that we can focus on. Next important sector to be looking at the auto sector, because being a new month again, we can see a lot of auto sales data coming out. Not only that, all the important data like your PMI data and all this new data of every month would be actually coming up. So that's something that would be on focus. And no major results actually to be coming up. I am only looking up to SBI as the major result. That will take some time. Apart from that, there are no major results. But of course, there are small companies here and there which will come out with results. That individual movement would actually be there, but they are not going to be contributing great to the index as such. So what else? It's a shortened week because of holiday on Monday. So we have a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 days of trading this week, and out of which just 2 days for expiry, so Tuesday and Wednesday, and Thursday is expiring. So Monday being a holiday, by Tuesday we should see some good crash in premiums is what I am expecting, because with the VIX too low, we should see the markets kind of taking a break after this rally. Of course, unless FIIs think of going and buying on a big size in this week. Like if you see what they did, the entire week they were on a kind of small swelling mode, my 200 crores, 300 crores. And from there, a sudden 1,000 crore and suddenly another 3,000 crore buying. So it has been kind of, they're trying to, I don't know, if you look at what happened the last 1 hour on Thursday and Friday, it was a huge buying. Probably they just put a bulk buying on a single shot. And this kind of movement is something that's actually kind of new in the market, because overall, with my 8 years of experience in this market, I have not seen earlier where institutionals go on such a big one-shot buy. At the last moment. I mean, why would they do that? They can do that throughout the day so that they can give an idea that they even slowly, small amount, they buy till end of day. So it could be a trending day. But if you see on Friday what happened, it was a very volatile day, showing as if there was some weakness in the market. By end of the day, everybody was expecting the market to kind of go negative. But then at that point of time, they wanted to give a surprise to the market. And last 1 hour, they came up with big buying, putting a lot of option sellers into trouble. So of course, it did hit a small stop loss for us. But of course, we had managed it well, I would say, and we could exit with not much loss into it. So this is how the markets have actually turned up right now. Probably they are getting, terrified by so much retail participation in India right now. So they just want to kind of discourage the traders who are, from the retail sector. I don't know. Well, I don't want to comment much on that. So, these are a few things that we'll be looking at for this week. So like I said, focus would be on IT sector and auto sector. And apart from that, whatever day-to-day results news would be there, that would be shared in the podcast that we do on a daily basis. That's it for now. I don't see any questions here in the chat box, so I think we can end the session. So for members who are part of MPA family, we will join and meet on the Google Meet meeting link. And if you're not a part of the MPA community, of course you can be part of it. It's completely free. All you need to do is contact a team and open your Demat account with us and be part of the community completely free of cost. So that's something that you can do. And of course, you get a lot of other benefits as well, where you get guidance to invest. Plan your insurance because we can give you complete guidance completely free of cost on your insurance and health insurance, be that be a life insurance or whatever it is. So we give complete guidance. So with that, completely free of cost. So all you need to do is be a part of the community. So that's it for now. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share, and do share this podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. So this was Market Pulse, and if you have still not subscribed to a channel, it's high time you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any important updates from the investment area. Goodbye. Have a great week ahead. See you on Tuesday.